Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. We are hearing about the wind. The bowls will ask you, do you know about wind? The wind means the great current that one feels in subtle nerves, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. We discussed about it in the last class. What is that wind means? Exactly, it is flow of consciousness. Consciousness is the base of our existence. Consciousness, C capital, Chaitanya. We are divine, and divine is the base. Spirit, all-pervading spirit, Sarva-vyapi Shuddha Chaitanya, is the existence, what exists. In that all manifestations, all universes, number of universes, Ananda Koti Brahmandas are floating, appearing and disappearing time and again cyclically. And again we have in the Chaitanya pervades all that exists, its own manifestation. Like ice formed in ocean, it is water of the ice. It has manifested as water is manifested as ice. Like that, universes have manifested, and it is that. Water itself is ice. It is the absolute existence itself is the content of the manifested universe and all beings. All beings and every object in the universe is divine. This is the basis of worshipping. Anything and everything you can worship as representative of the absolute existence, the God impersonal. God personal also is the same consciousness, Chaitanya, pervading the universe. We call the God personal. In English, we commonly use the term Lord of the universe, who pervades the universe and governs it through his own power, Shakti. So that is what we see. And now the Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya from the Absolute is constantly as if flowing inside, because manifested. In manifestations, it must be manifestation is a constant flux, continuously changing. In world, everything is changing, you see. We were born one day, every moment we are changing and moving towards death. So constantly we are changing. Our body is changing, our mind is changing, our knowledge is changing, everything is changing. Whole universe is changing. So when changes are there, one that is unchanging, pervading, looks like to changing because we're holding on to the one which is changing. When you see from our standpoint, it looks as if Chaitanya is flowing and we are stable. You are sitting in a train and your train is moving and you look outside the window, you will see all trees and plants are running behind as if you are stagnant and all things are moving. It's relativity. So we feel that when you think you are now Earth, for example, we are sitting on the Earth, we don't understand Earth is moving. At what speed you know? 1,000 kilometers per hour, 1,000 miles per hour. So it is spinning, Earth is spinning. The circumference of the Earth is 25,000 miles, which is covered in 24 hours. Almost 1,000 miles per hour is the speed in which this earth is spinning. We are moving at that speed, we don't understand. We see sun is moving and we are stationary. How you see? Sun is rising and setting down. Sun is not moving, we are moving. Day and nights are happening. We are seeing stars and everything going round, and we are stationary. Because we think ourselves to be stationary, all others start moving. Like that, Chaitanya flows through our existence, bodily existence, because bodily existence is changing. Everything is changing, mind is changing, knowledge is, senses are changing, all the recordings are changing, the whole things, events are changing. So amidst this change, we are holding on. So change is looking permanent and permanent is looking changing. So unchanging is looking changing and changing is looking unchanging because of our hold on this universe. In realities, that is not changing. We are all changing. So this flow of Chaitanya, which is because of as a result of the changing of ourselves, the constant flow of Chaitanya is maintaining us as if it's apparent motion. When we study astronomy also, we'll see always everything is designed or referred to or made to understand with earth as the center and immovable, and all things are apparent motion of the sun, apparent motion of all the planets. Planets are moving. With respect to sun, its movement is different. With respect to earth, where the earth is also moving. We are seeing planet is coming and going. It's difference between the angles between the sun and we. We are seeing something which is not there, which is not actual. But for us, that is what we see. Movements of the moon, movements of the sun, with earth as the center. So, like that, our bodily existence and this surrounding world as the immovable, when we see the flow of consciousness is there, in and through all the objects and in our own existence. This flow of Chaitanya happens as if through a particular channel within our bodily existence. The main channel we call the Chaitanya is constantly from the absolute, as if it is constantly flowing. If you see a magnet, you can see the magnetic lines of force, how they are moving. In the same way, the whole consciousness is moving, flowing. So this flow happens when we see sun is moving. We have an orbit in which it moves. Sun is moving. Sun is moving from east, it rises, west, it sets down. There is a path it goes. Like that, Chaitanya has a path, a flow within the body with respect to this bodily existence. That we call Sushumna. And this side, it starts flowing. These are the flowing levels of consciousness we can pass through. Wherever the Ida and Pingala cross each other, we have a center of consciousness. There they meet. The flow is meeting. Flow is meeting. At that meeting point where they meet is a level of consciousness. Otherwise, it is split consciousness. If you enter into one of the nadis, you will see as if you are seeing positive or negative. Electricity is flowing as if the positive side is there, negative side is there. Negative and positive. Like that Ida Pingala. when they cross each other and move, the phases are changing. Again, phases are changing. Where they meet exactly is the point of consciousness where you see a universe entirely different level of consciousness. You can experience where are you in this universe. We are accustomed to pass through three lower movements, centers: Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. These are three different levels of consciousness unrelated to each other. So we are passing through the. As you go higher and higher levels of consciousness, anatha onwards, the Prakriti enters into picture. Prakriti is pervading, but it has been occupied. Like you have so many houses. You are living in one or two, and others you are given for others to live. Like that, Jiva have occupied the lower three chakras. Jivatva. The mind, I-ness of a Jiva is occupying the three and moving about Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep awarenesses. And the rest is, I am entering Anatha and Vishuddha. It is the house of Prakriti, nature. I am entering into their house, their area, their realm of Prakriti. And here up to Kantha, beyond that is the realm of spirit, Chaitanya, Chitghana, Chaitanya Sagara. And in Ajna, I see manifested Shakti of the Chaitanya. The power of Chaitanya, you can experience there independent of Chaitanya, floating as if the Shakti is separately existing. And still above is where the Chaitanya and Chit Shakti have become one. And there opens up the infinite eternal existence of Brahman. Here, the same Brahman can appear just like a port or harbor, that is ending point of a ocean compared to the earth, land and ocean. Where ocean has entered into land and made an area of its own, where all ships and all can come and park. So that area is heart of man. The bodily existence is the land. So God, the ocean can show itself as a small part of the water reserve. Ocean is infinite, suppose, and it is occupied. You are seeing few miles of water. If you enter, it is vast and unimaginable dimension. But it is visible in the small area, as completely enclosed as if. Small entrance and big. Like that is the heart linked to the absolute. From the absolute, small things as if they are appearing. It can take form. Actually, one thing we have to remember here is japa is mantra japa. We repeat the mantra. Mantra is a conscious entity. It has consciousness, Chaitanya, just like seed. Seed is a conscious entity. The moment you put it into water, it starts expanding. It starts germinating. It starts leaving leaves. So this seed has consciousness and power also. Power to manifest itself as a tree. This potential is within, the Shakti is within Chaitanya. Same way, we also call the mantra as Bija mantra, because it's going to manifest what is content, God. So God is there as Chaitanya, His power is there as Shakti, Chit Shakti. So japa, when you do, you are repeating the mantra. Mantra is conscious Shakti. It slowly, when it is just like water is necessary for a seed to germinate, love is necessary for the mantra to germinate. So when you lovingly do, not ecstatic love of God and all, normal love which we give to our family people and all that, family and friends. Suppose you have a child and you are its mother. How will be your relationship? How you love it? How you see that nothing harm falls on it? Always seeking its welfare. That much love. Not the love that makes you forget the world. Ordinary love when it is associated. You need a seed doesn't want an ocean of water. It wants a few drops of water to germinate. Like that little love of yours, totally focused on it. Though it is little, the focusing is most important becomes. Now sunlight is there. Small lens. It is small lens. Less than your half palm. A lens. When the light is falling on that lens area and the lens focuses it. Keep a paper below and focus it few seconds. The paper starts burning. Puck, it will catch fire. Focusing. Like that, you focus love only on that object. That focusing love is little. You have what you show for your own children. That love is focused on God. The mantra awakens or makes your living presence of God. You have a living presence of God. Everyone feels it may not be sustaining, it may not be continuous. But most of the sadhakas, after some amount of grip, when the grip on the world loosens, for some reason, God makes it loosen. The moment it understands the impermanency of the world, impermanency of this bodily existence, its presence of divine becomes more clear and more stronger. Wherever we move about, whatever work we are engaged in, we feel the small amount of living presence of God. This living presence, a sadhaka commonly experiences, a spiritual aspirant commonly experiences living presence of God. When he goes to the shrine, when he sees the images of God, when the hour of the prayer comes, the evenings, when the mind, so that much amount of the living presence of God. I feel living very little, but I'm feeling all through a sadhaka will be moving about small amount of world is highly present. God's presence is small. This becomes more brightened. Slowly brightening takes place. I feel more and more presence of God. As the days goes, you are repeating lovingly the love that you focus on the mantra Shakti makes the living presence of God in your mind and heart more predominant, more brighter. You feel more and more presence of God. The world view is slowly becoming less. Suppose you are thinking of your child gone to school. Oh, where is he? What is he? He's not yet come. He's not yet come. He should have been there 5 minutes before. Where has he gone? What has happened? How we think. When we think that of child, all other duties, this, that, go to the background. I'm not dropping away and losing. Its attention is less paid. it becomes less attentive because I am more concerned about the child. So all other things, my duties, other responsibilities, that everything becomes little dull. Like that world becomes little dull. And this becomes bright, presence of God. So the living presence of God is brightened, is made more predominant by your repetition of mantra, japa. You are doing it with little more concentration, little more attention, little more love. Accordingly it goes. Now, this living presence becomes more and more brighter. You feel more and more living presence of God. Then this living presence projects forth a rupa. Rupa darshana happens. The mantra is awakening the living presence of God, and living presence is projecting forth a rupa. The consciousness is presenting itself. God is presenting himself. The Chaitanya enclosed in the mantra, the Devata enclosed in the mantra Shakti has made the mantra Devata to come out, project out like a tree coming out of the seed. God stands in front of you. Clear? The mantra has mantra Shakti and the mantra Chaitanya. Mantra Chaitanya first presents as the living presence of God. The Shakti is making the presence of God more predominant. God is presenting himself more as the living presence. He first shows only living presence. And living presence becomes actual presence. Rupa comes into picture. So this manifestation of Rupa is most important. And you are in the Savikalpa Samadhi. You see the form. Slowly the form after some time again becomes Shakti. That is, it's becoming living presence of God. Rupa again dissolves in the living presence. Living presence again remains with the mantra. Mantra alone will be there again. Again you can attend to the world. No karma binds you because you are one with nature and one with God now. In some form or other, you are with mantra when you are fully awake to the world, and little bhavana comes into bhavana presents itself, then you will enter into the living presence of God. And from living presence, form to living presence to mantra. The world had disappeared, world presents slowly. When world is there, you are with japa. You are holding on God with japa. What we are doing in the beginning is same. We are holding on to God through japa. And through japa, we realize the God. And japa with the world, God in the samadhi. It will be alternating. It may take months together. Changes may take months together. But the first presentation is most important part of the jiva's existence. It is passing through so many lives. Unless God has a purpose of your life for His act, you should immediately be able to get the vision of God. A few commissioned souls, they have some part to play in this world with the physical body, and God sees that your actions, even though you are not realized God, because your life is dedicated, made to be dedicated for His work. Nothing binds you, no karma binds you. You may sometime have to scold someone, you may have to fight for something. But all this is a part of the play to continue the life in this world for the sake of God's small purposes that we are going to fulfill. So this is what the whole of picture that we see, japa to the form presentation and back. This is an important part that we have to understand and utilize this. How to utilize japa, you will know in this secret, that focusing. So here, again we'll go back to the point. Bowls will ask you, do you know about the wind? Ida, Pingala and Sushumna, when the Kundalini is awakened. See, the various paths to realize the truth. One is Bhakti Yoga, what I have told now, Japa, Dhyana, and all this. Pure Dhyana and other things come in the yoga procedure. Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, and all those 8 steps. That's Chakra Bheda, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, and all this. Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, so many, any path, any religion prescribes any path. All these are genuine paths leading to the ultimate goal of human existence, to realize God and be free. This is what we see in the whole picture. Now, again, I think we may not be able to continue today. The wind means the great current one feels in the subtle nerves, the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. That is the flow of the Chaitanya through the bodily existence, where we began today's class. Yesterday also we discussed it, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. We will continue again in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.